timeline status, I'm a nigga with the bands. Give a fuck about your mans, he a stranger. Baby, wanna fuck with the boy for the one time. Okay, maybe one time. Roll it up and hit it for me one time. Cruise around the city, duck it one time. Shorty wanna whip with the boy in the free time. Make a little weed time. I ain't worried, baby, we gon' be fine. Riding like we never heard a street sign. Shorty wanna fuck with the boy cause I'm on now.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be.
Long, all time, good, high, don't ask me why. Yeah, when I get up, the lights come on, so take a good look. Soon I'll be gone, yeah, take a picture, baby, if you wanna last long.
I love it when you call me, señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need that, but every touch is true love, it's true love. Oh, I should believe it, oh, you keep me coming for you.
In Miami, there was hot summer rain, sweat dripping off me. Before I even knew her name, love. It felt like ooh la la la, yeah. Oh, Sapphire moonlight, we danced for hours in the same tequila sunrise. Her body fit right in my hands, la la la. It felt like ooh la la la, yeah. I love it when you call me señorita.
Me shook me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the. Hey, you burn me up, you burn me up, believer, believer. Hey, you burn me down, you burn me up, believer, believer. Hey, let the borders fly, let them rain.
If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I did some wrong, but I'm always right. So I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. If I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real discreet, like a thief in the.
in these $1,000 pants. Wanna see me do my dance in these $1,000 pants. Whole lot of choppers on your ass.
Paint a gouache self-portrait with me. Red acrylic base. Darkest colors first. Green and purple for shadows. Lightest colors. Blocking in midtones. Gray for whites of eyes. Darkest parts of hair. Hair midtones. Squiggles for hair waves. Oops, had to cut the whole background, lol, sorry. But yeah, we're done. Extra tip, paint the face upside down.
And we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up. In spite of the ache, we'll rise up. And we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Drawing challenge with Casey Art. Oh, and Rich is here. And we are gonna draw each other as a mer people, which means I have to draw this saucy bean, and you have to draw me. And you get to watch. Okay, 20 minutes and go. There is no time for water. There. You know, I'm thinking instead of a mermaid, you're more like an electric eel. That's a bee! We gonna draw ourselves an electric eel, Casey, and then we take it higher. Okay, I'm coloring. What are you doing?
Giving you poses. What are you doing? Just wanted to be included.
First, we have Casey's. Look at me, I'm a tiger. Rawr. And then we have mine. Late entry there.
Babe, when I saw you for the first
This happened to be one of those paintings I started with no idea or plan of what it was going to look like. I just started and let my imagination take the wheel on creating a beautiful, vibrant world of patterns and shapes mixed with a city and nature to take all aspects of what life is like for the modern person, but show what it would be like if all of a sudden their whole outlook on life and purpose changed. Imagine if just like that, their worldview just cracked, and one could look beyond the rat race and social hierarchies that consume our lives. Imagine if everyone could take a step out of their own character and just realize how lucky we all are to be living in this strikingly beautiful world. Like we're just here now, and we all decide that it's better to spend our lives working for someone else's agenda and arguing over social constructs. Our imaginations have been boxed in by the imaginary rules that we've created, and because of that, our own creativity and potential gets restricted, and what we end up doing with our time destroys what could have been the best version of ourselves. Imagine a world where your imagination spilled out of you like when you were young, back then when you experienced the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows, and had the freedom of an unrestricted imagination and worldview. This painting ended up taking me over 20 hours to complete, but in the end I had a lot of fun because this painting, as I mentioned, was started with nothing in mind. I just did it, and I got to watch this thing grow with my own thoughts, blossoming into a colorful mess of my own imagination, and reminding me of what's actually important in life.
everything I see, one look was all that it took. Then you left your mark on me. Now I got everything to lose, 'cause you're the only
but you don't even know where to start from. Let me show you. First things first, if I draw some random lines, can you replicate these? Most artists approach this by visually measuring everything out. So for example, I have the line split into 3 sections and the other line is crossing at the first dot. So now that we know that this line is completely vertical, we can just easily place this one in. And we're going to have it be parallel. So we make sure that it's the same angle. Remember math class, this angle is the same as this one. So we end up with the exact same image. Another small concept that you need to understand is shapes. A lot of artists use geometry when they're drawing. So for example, you can easily see that we got a pentagon in here. By using these shapes, I can easily replicate what I'm doing. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit off, but it comes with practice. But you get the general idea. So now I'm going to show you how I use the concepts that we just learned and apply them to my drawing. I'm just going to fill in my biggest shapes. So instead of worrying about whatever the hell this shape is, we're going to worry about the space that we got right here. So we got just about that much of the canvas empty. We're going to use negative space to fill in the shapes. Now that we have like the general shape, we're just going to follow the same rules but on the inside. Start to see some more shapes. So for example, you can see how his entire face is literally a square. So you can fit that in right there. Oh no, I don't know where to put the nose. Let me use the concept. Look at that. Look at that. Straight to the corner. Look at that. Follows the line. Now we're just going to replicate everything exactly as we see it. Remember how I said to use shapes? Yeah, this is a great example of where I would need to use some shapes. Right here. Here's the nose. For the eyes, I love to create the entire shape of the shadow. So this is what I see. And we can kind of maybe turn this into that kind of shape. So now within those shapes, we're going to create more shapes, okay? Okay, so at one point you're going to get tired of doing shapes and you're going to have a big mess. So you're going to want to erase and we're going to start rendering everything now. Rendering is the exact same concept except we're following the actual lines and we're going to try to replicate those onto the image. And your first couple times are not going to be perfect, so it's going to take a lot of practice, but it is a really great method to use. You do have the option to keep breaking it down into shapes if that's what makes you comfortable, but I like to freehand everything after a certain point. And when it comes to rendering, I like to include very important elements. So for example, this beard, certain curves in it are just extremely interesting, and I want to include those into my artwork. So I'm literally just gonna add it. I don't know how else to explain it. And eventually you're gonna end up with a photo. Woo! Look at this! So if you like this video, please like and follow, and then I'm gonna be posting more shit like this, so let me know what else you want to see.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy of Tea. The winds blew up her bow, up down, oh below my bully boys blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and
dancing in the rain. I felt alive and I can't complain, but no, take me home.